Hello and welcome everyone to our next episode of the Anti-Social Chat Show. My name is Tara Tamiko, digital marketing consultant and certified business performance coach. And I'm here with my lovely co-host.
Hello, my name is Eleanor and I'm Chief Copywriter and Undomestic Goddess at Creative Copywriting.
Hey. So, Eleanor, first of all, I think we should just do a huge shout out to everyone who listens to us on SoundCloud, because even though we record this, we do have our show on SoundCloud. So thank you everyone who has subscribed, and to everyone else, yes, just go ahead to SoundCloud. It's the Anti-Social Chat Show, and you'll find us there. So today we're going to be talking about Upwork.
Oh my God. Again.
Again, but you see, here's the thing. I have had a few experiences on Upwork lately, and I think this is probably a part two. And I know that the last time we spoke, you had just started out using Upwork to find clients and to get some.
It was as part of a kind of challenge. I did a friend's course, Jessie Moskell's, and Copy Kickstarter it's called, and it was a 28-day program.
Right.
And I had used Upwork before, just to give a bit of backstory, years ago when it was Elance, and then I found clients another way, so I didn't ever really go back to it when I first ever started out in copywriting. And I always thought it was a race to the bottom. Why on earth would anybody go and get clients, you know, jobs, things like that? But I did Jessie's course. And, you know, I'll be honest, I was skeptical at first, definitely. But, you know, the results are in and it worked.
And that's why we're talking about Upwork again. Yay. So before we hear about Eleanor's results, let me just give you a little idea of what I've been doing on Upwork. Because as a client, I use Upwork to find people who can help me. And I think I probably mentioned it before, but I recently decided not to use Upwork and to find someone from a Facebook group. And I found someone and I interviewed them, and it was really, really good. I was so pleased. And also she was in my time zone, and then I got ghosted. Like,
Ooh.
Right, just disappeared. Now, don't get me wrong, people on Upwork can disappear. I've heard about it. But if you do your due diligence, you can find those freelancers who, for example, have earned quite a bit of money. It will show you the last time the freelancer was online. And so that's my part of the experience. It's like, I thought, oh, I'll get someone a bit cheaper. I'll bypass Upwork. But in fact, Upwork has been probably my bread and butter, because whenever I want someone to help me with a one-off project or an ongoing project, it's pretty easy to find someone there and who can help me. So that's kind of I wanted to share that, because I don't think I'll be looking for anyone outside of Upwork again, based on that experience, because it was a lot of time and effort doing the interviews and the testing and signing the NDA, and then they just disappeared. So you know who you are if you're watching or listening. What happened?
Oh my God, I've had that happen to me, but the other way around, you know, clients ghost you, not Upwork ones, but other ones, you know, they just disappear, and you think, where did you go? So yeah, it happens both ways. But that's why you always have to have a absolutely full pipeline. I always say to copywriters,
no, I agree.
Pipeline, because one minute you think, oh my God, I've got all this work in, and then a few of them fall off, and you're like, oh.
No. As I always say, you never have the work in until you've got the money in the bank.
Oh, absolutely.
But anyway, enough of that. I'm kind of eager to hear, because, you know, Eleanor, I always say to you, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to run a Facebook group. I'm not going to, you know, offer my services on Upwork. And you know me, I sometimes just change my mind and say, I'll give it a go. So tell me how it worked for you. Let me hear the result.
It was difficult, and at first, you know, I had to eat a bit of humble pie. I admit that, because I didn't have a work history, and so I didn't have any 5-star ratings. So I had to.
Just to interject
on Upwork. Sorry.
Just to interject, you didn't have any work history on Upwork.
No.
So you don't have work history on there. It doesn't matter all the clients that you've had outside of Upwork.
No.
Okay,
No.
right.
People aren't looking; they just look and see if you've got 5 stars, whether
Right.
you've had any. You know, it has all the things that you know, 90 hours work or something like that. I had nothing. Obviously I did my profile, filled it in, made it really complete, but I had nothing. And a few clients did say to me, it's really weird that you, or a few potential clients, it's really weird, you've got nothing on Upwork. Why should I employ you? So I had to really, you know, go in, you know, and really prove myself. I had, you know, proposal letters. If you're a copywriter and you think you're good, try writing a few proposal letters.
Really?
That will soon hone your skills at how good you really are.
Brilliant.
And eventually I got a couple of pieces of work, and I got 5 stars, and then the 5 stars started mounting. And so, yeah, I definitely made money, not as much as maybe if I'd have put it outside, you know, a few things I did less than what I would charge. But then I've got those clients now to, you know, do other things for them. So for example, somebody I was doing the lead magnet for, and then I said, actually, you know, how about your email copy? How about your landing page? How about this? How about that? So it absolutely is worth it. Plus, you know, where else can you go each morning, switch on your computer, go, oh, look, there's tons of clients who need my help. You know what I mean? If you look at it this way, I think people get scared about, you know, when they see a price and it's low, that you have to keep bid to that price. That's not true. That's not my strategy at all. You know, I will go higher and to say, you know, if if we're the right fit, I can help you, and this is how much I charge. So yeah, it's definitely been a success for me, and I really wish some people would, you know, at least try it, you know, or at least change their, if they have tried it in the past, try it just one more time, change your approach, take Jessie's course, you know, or someone else who can explain it to you. In fact, I might even, you know, do some training on it. I'm not quite sure yet. I've got enough on my plate. But once you get it right, you get it right. And for me, it has absolutely worked. And I was really snobby about it. I was like, I'm not going on Upwork. So, and I did, and I'm really pleased with it.
I can already see the utterly compelling freelancer on Upwork course, or maybe that's the other way around, the utterly compelling freelancer, Upwork freelancer.
To be quite honest, I couldn't do a course as good as Jesse's. I highly recommend, and he's a great mentor. He's a great guy. So, you know.
So could you see me offering my services on Upwork?
Well, I don't know. I see the digital marketers are required on Upwork, but you see, I think it's better if you've got something tangible, because you do a lot of more consulting. Do you know what I mean? So your value is there up front. A lot of writers have difficulty explaining their value and just fall back on the usual, oh, I write copy that sells. No, you don't. You only write copy that sells if all those other factors are in place first. So your copy doesn't sell if you haven't got graphic, you know what I mean?
Of course.
Whereas I think with a digital marketer, this is my interpretation, you're providing value, tangible value straight up, whereas a copywriter, a lot of copywriters tend to, or people see copywriters as just writers rather than someone who can really help your business in the same way that a digital marketer can.
Right. I mean,
I don't know how you'd do. Maybe you'd have to, you know, find a digital marketer who's doing well on Upwork and ask them. So I'm not sure. I know how it works for copywriters.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I did go on there once. I went on there just as I started up my business, and I was absolutely mortified when I Googled myself, and I came up under fake profiles.
Oh my God! Yeah.
It was horrible, and I had spent a very long time on my SEO, on my brand, so, you know, tidying it up from all the years before, and I just saw Tara Tomiko along with all these other people had fake profiles, and I was like, and I had it full. I put in the portfolio, I put in writing, I put in some stats and so forth. So I don't know what happened. I didn't care at the time. I just deleted everything.
Yeah, for sure.
Became a client. But from what I can see on there, so for example, when I've had somebody help me build a JavaScript program, so it was very specific, right, I need this, I'll pay this amount. And then I remember going through the specs and he was like, okay, but this is how much I will charge. I'm like, fine. I like that people are not put off by the price that I put on there. I have no clue about JavaScript. So I'm going to put a price on there that I'm prepared to pay. If somebody applies for the job and then says, so you want this and you want it like that, so sketch it out for me and this is how you want it, I can do that, but it's going to cost you X, Y, Z. I'm going to be like, okay, no problem, because I've already
Well, I think that's the true of most people on there go on Upwork. They're looking for somebody, and they don't know what price to put, so they just put anything.
Right.
I know, and he just put, I'll just put, $1,000, and I'm just like, I bet you got a lot of, I bet you got a lot of takers for that. He said, yeah, I did, and I said, that's because he didn't know what price to go for, you know.
So then, let me ask you this then: as someone who's on there looking for clients, do you tend to ignore those who have a very low rate when you're looking around, or do you look at it as they might not be aware of how much that actually?
I tend to ignore the ones that have low rate. You get to know by what they've said whether they're looking for something or who they are, or whether they're just, you know, there are a lot of digital marketers on there looking for copywriters and people to do all the bits. You know, I have noticed that. So there are a lot of digital marketers on there.
And are they offering low prices?
Some of them aren't offering as good as they'd get. What they tend to do, from what I can see, is they'll test you first with, say, like an email sequence for a few $100s, and then once they know you're good, then they'll, you know, start paying you proper money. Well, so, and I think, well, if you're paying, if you're paying, and this is the thing, I think a lot of copywriters nowadays say, oh, look at the value I'm bringing, look at the value.
Show me.
You have to prove yourself first. You can't just start out in copywriting and say, I'm a great writer and, you know, my copy sells, because really you've got to, you know, prove it a bit first. You can't start out with value-based pricing unless you can prove it. So I guess for you don't mind if someone says, hey, I'm testing out for other copywriters, but I'll pay you for it. You're okay for that? Yeah, as long as it's a reasonable rate, yes. Right. For, you know, because why not? I know that it's good for me actually, because, you know, there's certain clients I don't particularly want to work for, and if they start being, you know, you can tell pretty much straight away as soon as you work with someone what someone's going to be like. So that's fine. It's like, oh, adios, then find someone that fits, that's more your fit. So I'm good with that. But so far, Upwork's been good to me, and actually I haven't been looking for clients on it lately, but I've been getting lots and lots of people contact me.
Oh, inviting you to job interviews on there. Yeah. Right. Tell us a little bit, because, you know, maybe we talk about Upwork and how you can get clients and so forth, but tell me your experience with the actual platform itself, like using it, this inviting for a job. Maybe, you know, our listeners, our viewers don't.
You know, it's okay, but at first I wasn't sure how to use certain things. Like something I wasn't sure of at first was you record your hours. I work for fixed rate projects anyway, so I don't do the whole hourly thing, because I'm sorry, please, no. I don't like them tracking me like that. That's not my thing. You work for me for a fixed price, so there's no, you know, problems either end. But there's an app that you download onto your desktop, and it screenshots your work. I'm just like, no way. So that's something I don't like. I'm not sure how. I haven't used it yet, but I'm just like, well, I'm a bit wary of using that. But I'm sure other copywriters, workers use it, and it's fine. So the interface and everything is okay. I haven't got a problem with it.
Yeah, I mean, I've hired VAs from there, and in the beginning, that's what I would get. I would get a work diary, and I would see screenshot of, you know, listening to Pet Shop Boys on Spotify, because obviously that's what should be doing. I'd be like, can you turn that off?
That's really weird.
What I think is good about it is that if you're just starting with someone and you want to see how, and this is what I have done, I now know how long it takes to do some Canva images, you know, to optimize a blog post. So there's an expectation there that it's going to take that amount of time. So I don't really need it on an hourly, because I don't want to see when you've had to pause and write to your best friend or something.
So does it record the whole screen, or does it just take screenshots at certain times?
At intervals, yeah. It takes screenshots at certain intervals. But I mean, this is something that I saw last year, but I don't use that now. And in fact, with the VA that I have, on there, we have a contract. So I think that's a fixed contract, not the milestone one. And it's just like, you know, just do a certain amount of hours per week and it's automatic. This is what I like about Upwork. I don't have to go and do a transfer or PayPal. Every Monday, the money comes out and I just check, it matches the hours. You know, sometimes there can be glitches. So if the hours have been put in and that's how much it, you know.
Yeah, and it's good for the freelancers as well because they can see that the money's in escrow. So, you know, as long as it works for people, you're going to get it. It's not going to be someone run off like so many people do. Even if you have a contract in place, okay, you can get the 100% up front in some cases, but some cases, even when you just get 50% up front, the client can still do a run. Even if you have a contract, what are you going to do?
Right.
It's
even
all
if
about what you can do, take them to court.
The same thing happens as well. It's kind of, and I guess like you said, you get to spot these things. So let me ask you another question. It's like I'm interviewing you. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, but I'm very intrigued because you're using it that way. A lot of people will talk about the fees that you have to pay because I pay a fee when I pay my, you know, my VA. Are the fees as horrendous as people keep making them out to be? And I asked this I asked this with something else. Compared to when you were getting clients outside of Upwork, is there any value in the fee that you have to pay as well?
Well, I still get clients outside of Upwork. I don't rely on Upwork, but I could if I wanted to, but I choose not to. I guess if you think about it, by the time you've done all your marketing and attracted the clients, then that fee is worth paying. But there is a way you can reduce it. I think after you start getting a lot of clients, it goes down, or after you've earned a certain amount, I'm not quite sure.
500.
And also, if you take out money weekly, then it doesn't work out. But if you take it out monthly or however, let it build up, then obviously that works out better.
Take it out of where? Sorry, I didn't understand.
If you withdraw it from Upwork. If you withdraw it, on 6 weeks or a month or so, then it obviously, I think it works out cheaper.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
If you leave, I think if it gets over a certain amount, I don't really know the full details, but I'm pretty sure, if you keep on taking out small amounts weekly, then it's going to not work in your favor.
So when you get paid out of escrow and the contract is done, you can choose to leave the money in Upwork or withdraw it.
I think you can either get paid weekly, fortnightly, monthly, something like that. So
I didn't know that. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I know for sure that you don't just rely on Upwork for your business. We say this all the time. You can't rely on just one, traffic source. But I love the fact that you've given it a go. Because
I just thought I would give it a go because it's easy to sit back and slag something off when you haven't actually tried it out. So now I've tried it out. Things might change. Just the same as I've tried, Facebook. I've done attraction marketing. I've done LinkedIn. I'll still go back to all those things. I'll do what works for me at the time, and I'll do any. I will. I'm open to try new things all the time.
And this is what I love about you. Speaking of being open to try new things, didn't one shut down one's Facebook group? Was it back in April?
One did shut down one's Facebook group back in April.
Funny enough, I just got an amazing tip on writing copy in a Facebook group called, what was it called now?
Compelling Copy Corner?
Right. So you're back.
My new Facebook group. I know I said never say never. I did. The other one, as you know, it got too big. I didn't have the time for it, and the strategy there was all wrong, and a few other little elements. And I closed that at the right time. This Facebook group, it's not for copywriters per se. In as much as it's not a copywriting group where people can go and discuss about clients and all the things they used to do, and definitely not for grammarians. I would not have that in the group. I know, shocking. It's for people who want to boost their business with their copy, learn some more copywriting tips and skills, and I want to do training. So really, it's if you want to learn more about copywriting with me, then you can feel free to join my group. If you want to come into my group and, muck about or play, silly buggers, then you're out. So, the other one was for copywriters.
Right.
That was what it was at the time. But there are some really good groups for copywriters anyway. The Copywriter Cafe and the Copywriter Club, they're excellent groups, and they're big groups. So, if copywriters want to find out about clients, go there. My group's not for that. My group's for entrepreneurs.
Maybe we can drop some links to those for, those copywriters that might be missing you. Because I will tell you one thing, that even the tip you put in there, I think it was today or maybe yesterday, I feel as if, having been in your groups and we collaborate together and you help me out a lot, I thought, oh, I know everything that Eleanor's got to say. Wrong. I was like, oh, that's a good idea, isn't it? And I tell you what else I like about this new group is I feel less intimidated. Me feeling intimidated, but yeah, I feel less intimidated by those who just love the grammar. It's like, I love Grammarly. I love their Facebook page. I love what they write. Yeah, I get it. But I don't come to your group to learn about copy.
There are there's lots of grammar groups you could join if you want. Grammar's fantastic, and I love grammar. It's really important. But the reason why I won't have grammarists in the group is because, or grammarians, is because it intimidates people who want to just write something. And actually, I started getting people comment on me, and I'm like,
on your grammar.
Yeah, and I'm like, excuse me, I'm just typing fast in the group to get information out. I'm not proofing what I'm doing in my group. And it just got to a point, it was just silly. Just go away.
Yeah, no, I understand. And that's what I like about this group as well, that it's more geared for, as you've mentioned, small business owners, entrepreneurs, and what was the third? There was a third, freelancers. Was that the other?
Mainly small businesses and entrepreneurs. Anybody who wants to boost their business with their copy. So if you've got a product or a service, and you want to learn a little bit more about copywriting to help you, then this is the group for you. Because I feel a lot of people, they've got the skills, they just sometimes just need a bit more encouragement or a bit of feedback, and not everybody can afford a copywriter. So this is, and that's what my courses are about. It's for people who, want to get ahead, but can't afford to hire me because I'm so expensive. Okay, well, not work, you get the but not everyone can afford to hire a copywriter. So this is why I'm doing it. It's always been about learning copy, and it's good for me because I get to learn more as well. So
I'd also like to say as well that I have taken this strategy of taking a course, being part of a group before making a decision to hire the person. So maybe, there are some of you out there, small business owners, who you can afford to hire a copywriter, but you're just not quite sure. Take the course, because your courses, you have two courses. You have the Utterly Compelling Email writing course and the LinkedIn one as well. So I'm not calling them by their right names. But the point being is that, once you take those courses and then you start to apply them in the Facebook group and the tips that you're giving, if you should need someone and get unstuck, or you need to get unstuck with something, at least by then they'd know your style and how you work, and they know what to expect. So I think it's probably fair to say that there are some of you out there who can definitely afford a copywriter, but maybe you just want to test the waters a bit, then you definitely want to join this group. And another thing that's great about this group is I'm in it, so I'll be there.
Oh well, there you go. That's like everyone will be rushing to join.
Well, I think we've pretty much come to the end of this this Upwork kind of
it's been good
episode. So unless there's anything else, we could probably wrap it up. Did you have anything?
No, let's wrap it up and let's move on for our next episode.
I know, and here's another thing I wanted to ask you all. If you have any topics that you would like us to copy, if you have any topics that you'd like us to cover, please let us know in the comments. You can do that wherever you see this video or on SoundCloud as well.
Yes, good. Right. Okay, yes, let us know what you want us to talk about, or dissect, I should say.
or rant about.
Okay.
I'm happy to rant.
Any ranting subjects, let us know. We're good at ranting. We'll do our best. Anyway, that's okay. So that's enough for me. Love, peace, and great.
And see ya from me. Bye.